improve, all right? Keeping a positive head and thinking good thoughts, that's going to make you guys not only feel better this year, but it's also going to help you improve as a player as well. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how will being positive make me a better player? Good question. Okay, so the way positivity helps you guys improve is in two different ways. First, by improving your actual in-game performance and giving you guys the motivation, that's why I'm here, motivation guy, to keep you guys practicing and improving as a player. All right, so you might have noticed a pattern in the cash cups. Most of the time, the people who place high, like Kanata, Benji, Unknown, they sometimes have a rough start. They do, they're human, I get it. Even up to like 5 games with hardly any points sometimes. But they're confident in their skills. They know that they can do it, and they pop off in those final games. If Kanata gave up whenever he died to something silly or just got bad RNG, he'd be quitting every tournament and wouldn't be the insane player we all see today. The same goes for any top player. Keeping your motivation is also another major factor. Unfortunately, in terms of like motivation, there's no real strategy or secret tip to stay motivated, unless you keep listening to me. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You have to think about what you're working towards, all right? And not let any bumps in the road make you give up. So we thought you guys might be interested in this post by Young Calculator on Reddit, explaining his story in competitive Fortnite and how he never gave up. And hey, it obviously worked out because he's one of the top amazing players in the game today. All right, so his statement was as follows. About 2 years ago, in May 2018, I started playing competitive scrims. I continued to do this until around like June 2018, and that's when I started playing in the earliest version of an open scrim Discord called Step 1. At this point, I was blacklisted from the pro Discord because of false allegations of things that happened in a scrim Discord called Comp Solo Snipes. It was also the fact that, all right, so here's the deal. You're going to know that you found a really good sensitivity when you can perform accurate flick shots, track moving opponents with decent consistency, and can also build and edit really well. One more thing to understand about sensitivity and most other settings is that it comes down to solely your preference. Trust me, if I knew one sensitivity that was perfect for everyone, I would share that with you right now, but I don't. Sorry. But it's the simple truth that everyone has different preferences, right? You may enjoy the extra precision of a low sensitivity and go for an EDPI of 50 or lower, or you might like high sensitivity and the ability to build super fast, which might bring you to 90 or higher. If you like a fair mix of both, you might pick something in between. The only way to find your perfect sensitivity is to simply try a few out. However, it is super important to understand that switching your sensitivity every single day is going to do nothing but hurt you. When you find one you're comfortable with, stick with it, please. Then after a while, if you think changing your sensitivity will make you better at the game in the long run, then give it a shot. We recommend starting off by using the sensitivities from a few pros, and then from there, narrowing it down to the ones that you like and adjusting them until you feel 100% confident with the sensitivity. Here are a few examples of pros and their EDPI. This might give you guys a few ideas of some sensitivities to try out. Monkrow's EDPI is 41. Benji Fishy's is 108. Tifu's is 40. Zexro plays at 48. Clicks plays at around 70. Mr. Savage plays at 117. And Nosh plays at 200. Yes, 200. I have no idea how he does it, but it clearly works because he's 10 times better than most of us. As you can see, hardly any pros use the same sense necessary distance, and you won't be hitting the wall on the side, overall making you do your 90s faster. So doing fully protected 90s are better as they give you more protection. But for the purpose of practicing and perfecting this technique, it's good to start off with no sidewalls. Now, once you've reached the peak of your third 90, this is where you're really going to start feeling the jump fatigue. So the magic in this move comes in the next step. What you're going to do is extend one ramp out from your third 90 and then jump and build 2 walls and 2 floors. You want 1 floor below you and 1 on top of you. Also place 2 walls, 1 directly in front of the direction your ramp is facing and 1 either to the left or right side, depending on which way you're going to be extending out. Now, once you place these, turn out into the side that does not have a wall and place a floor and a ramp. Then continue to crank out another set of triple 90s. So if done correctly, you should be losing little to no momentum on the speed at which you're running and jumping. Make sure that you're really focusing on perfecting that circular motion during this period in between the 2 sets of triple 90s. To do this move at maximum efficiency, let's say that you're going to be extending to the right, all right? You want to start by placing the right wall and then the left wall. Then place the top floor and look down while placing the bottom floor and the connecting floor which extends out. Finally, place the ramp on top. So, if done correctly, this should feel like a nice circular swivel. The next trick is a fairly new high ground retake created by Booty Clap KC. Yeah, I just said booty. This retake features the classic double 90 pyramid start, but with a great twist. So what KC does is that he uses some in-game mechanics to manipulate placement of pyramids in a way that forces your pyramid to go to the other side of the ramp, coning your opponent. During build fights where people use the old versions of KC's trick, they usually do a good job from stopping their opponent from ramping over them and taking high ground. But the problem with the old version is that, it doesn't stop the opponent from 90ing or simply just turning and continuing to build. KC's new trick allows for you to actually cone your opponent at any time where you're meeting up. So to start, you're going to want to crank out 2 90s. This is different than the last trick we showed because you're only doing 2. Now, as you turn to finish your second 90, place a ramp that extends out and then place a pyramid on its peak. This pyramid should be positioned so that it would stop you if you were to keep running up your ramp. Now, edit the pyramid on one side that is touching your ramp. If this is done correctly, let me, Keith Allen, your friend, tell you what's about to happen, all right? This should crumble the pyramid as it should no longer be connecting. As the pyramid is crumbling, you want to hold your pyramid placement button. What this is going to do is it's going to force the pyramid to jump to the other side, which is the side where your opponent would normally be running up. Guys, this is a great trick and it's very effective in some scenarios, okay? So you got to do it. The most useful it can be is when you and an opponent are both building towards each other and it looks like you could have a good chance of meeting up at the same point. So be sure to practice this in, different situations and fights to get the hang of it. You can never really go wrong with the classics, man, especially when the classics are still just as effective today. For this next trick, we're going to be looking at an older high ground retake trick made by Parallel Connor. This trick features a cool spin-off on the classic 90s that provides excellent coverage and can make for an awesome way to confuse your opponent. Okay, so how this works is by rotating a ramp while you're double ramping, then 90ing out of it. That's the simple explanation. It's a little bit more difficult than that. So to start, you're going to want to double ramp up and make sure that your top ramp is ahead of your bottom ramp before you perform this move, okay? Now go ahead, guys, and go into edit mode on the top ramp and drag it over to the right side. Run up into the ramp and confirm the edit as you jump up. While you click confirm, you quickly want to go into build mode and place a wall to catch your ramp. If you don't place the wall, your ramp will crumble and it's going to fall down. So what's great about this move is that due to the speed at which you have to place the wall and the protection from the ramp, you're essentially never leaving yourself open to be shot. Once you've successfully caught yourself, go ahead, guys, and crank a 90 or 2. And just like that, you've learned another simple yet effective high ground retake. Congratulations. Make sure to practice the ramp edit and the placement of that wall, as those will probably need to be drilled a couple times for most people. For the final ground retake in this video, we're going to bring it back to Razor X, his well-known side jump technique, okay? Although simple, it is quite effective and can be very hard for opponents to keep track of when used correctly. So, what Razor X's side jump has done is it has given an extra layer of height every time you attempt to do a side jump. Besides just giving you extra height, he also combined it with some other snazzy combos. Oh, I like that word, snazzy. Just kind of came out. It felt good about it, snazzy. That's the new word. So if your outfit looks good, man, you got a snazzy outfit. Got some snazzy Jordans. Anyways, I'm still feeling snazzy, but let's get right into it. First, what you're going to want to do is place a ramp and then place a floor and a pyramid on the peak of that ramp, okay? As you run up to the ramp, start running at an angle so that you're going to be able to jump off the edge once you're close to hitting the bottom of your floor. The trick behind getting this perfect is practice. There's just no other way around it. You got to practice for sure. So make sure that you're attempting this multiple times until you get a good feel of it, of how to do it better and better and better. If you don't time the jump right, it could be a little difficult and you're not gonna be able to do it consistently. So now once you've jumped, quickly look down and place a floor and a ramp. If this is done right, you should have landed on top of the ramp rather than in between the ramp and the floor. Now quickly look up and place another pyramid on the ramp that you landed on. Once again, perform another side jump, but this time towards the opposite direction. Once you perform this side jump and caught yourself on your second ramp, you completed the move. Congratulations. Now, all right, so keep in mind that this move is simple, but it does take practice and some time to perfect. Don't get hard on yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't be disappointed. When you fall, get back up. You got to keep practicing and don't be discouraged, all right? It takes time, but I promise you, you're going to get it. You will get it, all right? So be sure to spend time in the creative lobby, man, and cranking out side jumps until you can just do them consistently and do them cleanly. Once again, guys, this is the Motivation Guy. Hope this video made your day today. Want to inspire you guys, so connect with me on my Instagram. We're putting up vids so that you can do the impossible. All right, guys. So that's it for today. We really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to use code PROGUIDES when you make any sort of purchases. It really just helps us out, and we really do appreciate it. Comment down below what you thought about this video and what you'd like to see next. We aim to bring you guys daily quality content. So do us a favor by liking this video, subscribe to the channel, and show ProGuides.com some love for bringing you this video, all right? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.